When you hear the name Rolls Royce Phantom, what comes to mind? Perhaps it's the sweeping silhouette of a majestic saloon gliding silently through the streets of London, or the iconic spirit of ecstasy poised proudly above the imposing grille, casting its gaze over a world it seems to effortlessly command. For nearly a century, the Rolls Royce Phantom has been synonymous with power, prestige, and the purest expression of luxury on four wheels. Since its original debut in 1925, the Phantom has never been just a car. It has been a rolling symbol of influence, a statement of arrival, and an experience reserved for those who seek the extraordinary. Over 8 generations, this automotive legend has evolved from the preferred chariot of royalty and industry titans to a modern-day masterpiece of craftsmanship and technology that continues to define what it means to be the best of the best. With the arrival of the 2025 model, the question arises, in a world where technology and luxury are advancing faster than ever, does the latest Phantom still deserve its place at the top of the automotive hierarchy? And more importantly, does it justify the price tag that can exceed $500,000? To understand the current Phantom, one must appreciate the weight of its legacy. Rolls-Royce has never been a brand that follows trends or chases numbers. It creates timeless objects of art, vehicles that are less about the spec sheet and more about how they make you feel. The Phantom was never meant to blend in, nor was it engineered to impress through mere acceleration or cornering metrics. Its purpose has always been grander. From the early coach-built models that served as ceremonial vehicles for monarchs and heads of state, to the stately Series V of the 1950s and the sharp, imposing presence of the 7th generation in the early 2000s, each Phantom iteration has been carefully sculpted to project serenity, strength, and sophistication. It's this continuity of vision and execution that elevates the Phantom from just another high-end car to an icon of luxury itself. What sets the Phantom apart isn't just the materials. Although every inch is wrapped in the finest woods, leathers, and metals imaginable, or the technology, which is cleverly concealed beneath a veneer of old-world charm. It's the philosophy behind its creation. While most automakers start with engineering and work toward luxury, Rolls-Royce begins with the idea of creating an atmosphere. For instance, the famed "Magic Carpet Ride" isn't just a marketing slogan, it's a literal sensation, the feeling of floating above the road, untouched by noise or imperfection. The Phantom's ride is engineered to dissolve bumps and insulate its passengers from the outside world so effectively that you could carry on a conversation in whispers at highway speeds. That level of isolation is not just a product of double-glazed windows and acoustic insulation, it's the result of decades of obsession with refinement. Yet, even amidst a lineage so rich and storied, the 2025 Phantom manages to feel both classic and cutting-edge. It doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't need to. The proportions are stately but not overbearing. The signature Pantheon grille glows subtly with integrated LED lighting, and the thin laser headlights give the car an otherworldly presence at night. Step inside, and you're greeted by an interior that is more private jet than automobile. It's not just the plushness of the lambswool carpets, or the softness of the hand-stitched leather seats that leave an impression. It's the sense of occasion that comes with every detail. Whether it's the bespoke Starlight headliner that mimics the night sky above Goodwood, or the gallery dashboard that turns the dash into an art installation, every inch of the Phantom's interior feels custom-built for its owner's story. The Phantom is not just about beauty, however, it's also about commanding power delivered in the most graceful way. Beneath the long hood lies a 6.75-liter twin-turbocharged V12 engine, producing an effortless surge of power that seems to propel the vehicle forward without ever disturbing the tranquility inside. There are cars that go faster, there are cars that handle sharper, but none do it with such grace, such utter composure. The Phantom is not a sports car, and it doesn't pretend to be. Its mission is simple: to make the act of driving, or being driven, as sublime as possible. The throttle is calibrated not for instant thrills but for a smooth, dignified wave of torque that pushes you gently back into your seat. The steering is light but deliberate, the turning circle tight for such a large vehicle thanks to rear-wheel steering, and the brakes are progressive and silent. Everything about the driving experience is curated for calm, composed majesty. But in a time when luxury is being redefined by digital interfaces, minimalist design, and futuristic electric propulsion, where does a traditional luxury icon like the Phantom fit? That's where the 2025 model answers with subtle but meaningful updates. Rolls-Royce has expanded the digital interface without losing the analog charm. A refined infotainment system powered by BMW's latest iDrive architecture is discreetly hidden behind the dashboard when not in use. Rear passengers enjoy tablet-like controls, adjustable footrests, and the kind of privacy and comfort that makes even first-class air travel seem pedestrian. The level of personalization available is also staggering. Buyers can choose from thousands of exterior colors, commission unique paint blends, specify intricate embroidery or monograms in the upholstery, and even embed precious materials like mother of pearl or gold leaf into the trim. The appeal of the Phantom, then, is not just in what it offers, but what it represents. To drive, or be driven in, a Phantom is to reject compromise, to choose timelessness over trend, and to seek an experience that few cars can provide. It is not merely transportation, it is elevation. It represents achievement, a reward, or perhaps simply a desire to engage with the world in the most graceful way possible. While some may balk at the price, those who understand the Phantom understand that they are not buying a car. They are commissioning a legacy. They are acquiring the embodiment of craftsmanship and grace in motion. And in that context, the Phantom isn't just worth the hype. It defines it. The Rolls-Royce Phantom does not just arrive, it makes an entrance, a quiet but commanding statement of purpose and perfection. From the moment you approach it, whether it's bathed in the golden light of dusk or idling silently outside an exclusive venue, the Phantom captures your gaze with a kind of gravitational pull. Its presence is both noble and understated, a reminder that true luxury never needs to shout. The exterior design of the 2025 Phantom stays true to the brand's philosophy: evolve gently, maintain the soul. Its long hood, upright stance, and sweeping lines exude confidence without arrogance. The Pantheon grille, iconic and illuminated, radiates quiet power, while the hand-polished bodywork glimmers like liquid metal under the sun. There are no harsh creases or ostentatious shapes here, only the fluid elegance of a design language that prioritizes permanence over flash. The subtle tweaks in the 2025 model, like the updated laser headlights and redesigned bumper contours, are so seamlessly integrated that most onlookers will never notice the changes. But that's the Phantom's secret. It isn't about impressing others. It's about satisfying its owner's refined sense of beauty. Open the doors, and the experience moves from admiration to reverence. The Phantom's doors are rear-hinged, of course, coach doors, in the Rolls-Royce vernacular, a signature feature that transforms ingress and egress into a moment of theater. As they swing open to reveal the sanctuary within, you are greeted not by a mere cabin, but by an environment that feels sacred, tailored, and eternal. Every surface is a tactile celebration, leather hide sourced from the finest herds, free of blemishes, tanned and dyed by hand, with veneers meticulously matched across panels, bookended with mirror-like symmetry, switchgear hewn from solid metal, cold to the touch and reassuring in their movement. There is a palpable sense that no part of this car was ever on an assembly line. It was crafted, considered, and finished by artisans whose only job is to perfect the imperfectible. The 2025 Phantom pushes interior excellence even further by refining its digital elements without letting technology overwhelm the space. The main infotainment screen remains discreetly hidden behind a panel in the dashboard, only revealed when needed, so that the minimalist design ethos is preserved. Passengers in the rear enjoy twin retractable touchscreens that rise smoothly from the seat backs, accompanied by folding picnic tables crafted from polished wood or carbon fiber, depending on one's tastes. Connectivity, as expected, is flawless. 5G support, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, voice control that responds as if it were reading your mind, and an audio system that can only be described as transcendental. The bespoke Rolls-Royce audio system is tuned specifically to each Phantom, with speakers embedded behind panels and even within the headliner to provide a 360-degree acoustic experience. You don't listen to music in the Phantom, you are immersed in it. Lighting is another area where the Phantom elevates the mundane into the magical. The iconic Starlight headliner returns, now with more customization than ever. You can replicate a starry night from a specific date, perhaps your wedding or the day your company was founded, rendered in fiber optic precision above your head. Soft ambient lighting glows from beneath armrests and within door panels, creating an atmosphere of calm that feels more like a private jet's cabin than an automobile. The seats themselves are thrones, individually contoured, with massage functions, heating, cooling, and reclining options that transform the rear compartment into a mobile lounge. There's also the signature champagne cooler between the seats, crystal flutes included, because what is the point of supreme comfort if not to celebrate it? Yet, for all the attention given to being chauffeured, the Phantom is no less astonishing when you take the wheel yourself. Beneath the bonnet lies a 6.75-liter twin-turbocharged V12 engine, delivering 563 horsepower and a tsunami of torque, 664 lb-ft, available almost entirely from idle. What sets this power plant apart is not just its output, but how it delivers that power. There's no sudden surge, no aggressive throttle mapping. It flows. You press the accelerator, and the Phantom moves with an effortless, almost spiritual composure. You're not driving, you're conducting. The 8-speed satellite-aided transmission reads the road ahead using GPS data, adjusting shifts preemptively for inclines, declines, and curves before you even notice them. It's predictive engineering at its finest, and it makes every journey smoother than physics should allow. The ride itself is the stuff of legend. Thanks to the air suspension system with road-reading capabilities, literally scanning the road ahead to anticipate bumps and compensate in real time, the Phantom delivers a sensation known in-house as the magic carpet ride. It's not marketing hyperbole. It genuinely feels as though you're gliding just above the surface of the earth, unaffected by imperfections, indifferent to the chaos of the outside world. Potholes, expansion joints, road seams, none of them matter. They simply don't exist inside a Phantom. And because of the vehicle's near-silent cabin, you begin to experience driving in a new dimension, one where noise, vibration, and harshness are not just minimized, but eradicated. You hear only the soft rustle of the wind and the hum of contentment. Maneuvering the Phantom, despite its size, is remarkably intuitive. Rear-wheel steering allows for a tight turning radius that defies the car's 227-inch length, making it surprisingly agile in urban settings. The steering is light but precise, engineered for minimal effort yet maximum control. It responds to your inputs like a seasoned dance partner, graceful, assured, and perfectly balanced. There's no drama, no twitchiness, no artificial heaviness. Just smooth, serene movement. It's like piloting a yacht that happens to be road legal. Driving a Phantom is less about thrill and more about mastery. You don't speed through corners, you sweep through them. You don't race other cars, because in a Phantom, there is no competition. You drive because you want to feel something different, something pure, uninterrupted, and almost meditative. It's luxury not just in comfort, but in control. Every moment behind the wheel or in the rear seat is a reminder that this vehicle is not built for transportation, but for transformation. It elevates the simple act of travel into an experience of grace. The 2025 Phantom, in all its facets, is a testament to what is possible when you prioritize quality above quantity, and experience over expectation. Its features, both visible and hidden, work together in harmony to create a sanctuary that moves. It's not just a car, it's a philosophy on wheels. Whether you're soaking in the silence from the back seat or relishing the smooth power delivery from behind the wheel, the Phantom delivers an encounter with perfection. In a world full of fast cars and smart tech, the Rolls Royce Phantom remains something rarer, a masterpiece of feel, form, and finesse. And every time you close the door with that signature hush thud, you know, this isn't just worth the hype. It's beyond it. The Rolls Royce Phantom carries a price tag that demands attention before the engine ever starts. With a starting price that floats above the $500,000 mark and easily climbs into the seven-figure range with customization, this is not a purchase one stumbles into. It's deliberate. It's precise. It's the kind of decision that speaks not only to wealth but to the desire for something that transcends the idea of mere transportation. So, How do you justify such an extraordinary cost? It begins with understanding what the Phantom truly is. This is not a mass-produced car with mass-market intentions. Each Phantom is built to order, handcrafted by skilled artisans in Goodwood, England, where time is measured not in hours or shifts but in dedication and legacy. Rolls Royce doesn't operate by the same rules as the rest of the automotive world. For them, luxury isn't about leather seats or big screens. It's about achieving perfection, even in places no one will ever look. Peel back the layers of that $500,000 price and what you uncover is not just quality, but rarity. The Phantom is assembled with a level of care that borders on the spiritual. Take the paint, for instance. Customers can choose from a near-infinite palette, or even have a color created just for them. The painting process alone can take up to a week, with multiple coats hand-applied and polished between applications. Or consider the gallery, a space on the dashboard where customers can commission bespoke artwork, from gold leaf inlays to miniature sculptures, to sit behind glass, making the car as much a moving art gallery as a luxury vehicle. Then there's the time spent matching wood grains, the tailoring of the leather upholstery, the hand-stitching of monograms and motifs, all of it composed with a level of precision that's measured in millimeters, not minutes. This kind of craftsmanship does not come cheap, nor should it. The Phantom is the kind of product where the cost is built not on margins, but on mastery. Every Phantom is a collaboration between the buyer and the marque, a dialogue that results in something deeply personal. It becomes a signature, a reflection of identity. And when viewed through that lens, the price becomes not so much a barrier as a badge, a signal to the world that you've reached a place where compromise is no longer necessary. You are not buying a car. You are commissioning a legacy. But even legends must face the question of value. Does the Phantom deliver enough to merit its cost? To answer that, we have to consider not just what it offers, but how it delivers. On paper, the Phantom's features and specs might seem comparable to other ultra-luxury sedans. Massaging seats, rear seat entertainment, a powerful V12 engine, advanced sound insulation, cutting-edge safety tech. But these features in the Phantom are not simply included, they are elevated. The difference is in the execution. The massage function isn't just a gimmick, it's therapeutic. The V12 isn't merely powerful, it's majestic in the way it delivers torque with grace and silence. The sound system doesn't just play music, it creates an acoustic environment so rich and pure it rivals professional concert halls. This is not a car you measure by its spec sheet. It's one you measure by how it makes you feel. And in that realm, there are no rivals. Still, comparisons are inevitable, especially when potential buyers are also considering options like the Bentley Mulsanne, before its discontinuation, the Mercedes-Maybach S-Class, or even top-tier versions of the BMW 7 Series or Audi A8. These vehicles offer impressive luxury for significantly less money. But none of them offer what the Phantom does. Total immersion in bespoke craftsmanship, a silent drive that feels detached from reality, and a sense of presence that transcends brand or class. The Phantom is the final word in road-going opulence, and for those who understand what it stands for, its price is not only justified, it's part of the appeal. Then there's the question of longevity and investment. While it may seem strange to talk about return on investment in the context of a six-figure luxury car, the Phantom plays by different rules. Unlike mass-produced vehicles, which depreciate rapidly, the Phantom holds a kind of value that defies traditional depreciation curves. It doesn't age, it matures. Even decade-old Phantoms, if well-maintained and properly optioned, can command surprisingly strong resale prices, especially those with bespoke features or limited production runs. The rarity and desirability of these vehicles give them a kind of staying power in the market that's as much about brand mythology as it is about mechanical excellence. Moreover, owning a Phantom opens doors to the Rolls Royce community, an exclusive world of curated experiences, private events, and peerless customer service. Rolls Royce doesn't just sell cars, it cultivates relationships. Each owner becomes part of a legacy, a global network of individuals who share not just affluence, but a refined appreciation for timeless quality. This brand loyalty further bolsters the Phantom's long-term value, creating demand that persists across generations. It's not unusual for owners to commission multiple Rolls Royces over their lifetimes, each one building upon the story of the last. Of course, the Phantom is not an investment in the traditional sense. It's not a tool for making money, it's a vessel for expressing success, style, and individuality. It's for those who have reached a point where life is not about acquisition, but expression. And in that light, its value becomes almost philosophical. What is it worth to glide through life cocooned in silence, surrounded by craftsmanship that no one else in the world possesses in quite the same configuration? What is it worth to own something that cannot be replicated, only admired? The 2025 Rolls Royce Phantom is, ultimately, a mirror. It reflects the vision of its owner, the spirit of its creators, and the timeless values of elegance, dignity, and precision. Its price tag is high, yes. But what you receive in return is something money can't usually buy: peace, presence, and pride. For those who can afford it, the Phantom is not just worth the price. It redefines what value means. It's not a car you need. It's the car you deserve when you've decided that nothing less than the best will do. And in a world where excess often masquerades as luxury, the Phantom stands alone as the real thing, a masterpiece not of extravagance, but of excellence. When you place the Rolls Royce Phantom in a room full of luxury contenders, it doesn't just sit quietly, it commands attention with quiet authority. It's the kind of car that doesn't need to shout to be heard. But in a world teeming with ultra-luxury sedans, from the Mercedes Maybach S-Class to the Bentley Flying Spur, comparisons are inevitable. These are all prestigious vehicles, each carrying their own legacy, style, and technological marvels. Yet, even among these titans of luxury, the Phantom stands in a category of its own. More than just a flagship, it is a statement. It's important to understand not just what the Phantom is, but what it represents, especially when weighed against the competition. Take the Mercedes Maybach S680, for example, a luxury limousine that blends German precision engineering with a decadent interior and executive rear seat experience. It's loaded with features, comes with an exquisite V12 engine, and is priced well below the Phantom, often by hundreds of thousands of dollars. For many, that makes the Maybach a tempting value proposition. It delivers comfort, prestige, and performance in a sleek package that feels more youthful and tech-forward. But while the Maybach whispers status, the Phantom announces it. Where the Maybach refines the S-Class to new heights, the Phantom is built from the ground up as an uncompromised luxury vehicle, free of corporate platform sharing and design constraints. The Phantom doesn't borrow from anything, it leads. Bentley's Flying Spur is another strong rival. British-born like the Phantom, it offers a compelling mix of sport and sophistication. With its powerful W12 or V8 engine, and a cabin that drips with handcrafted wood and stitched leather, the Flying Spur blends performance and prestige. It's more agile than the Phantom, more driver-oriented, and arguably more versatile. For those who want to be chauffeured during the week and take the wheel on weekends, the Bentley offers that duality. But that versatility comes at the cost of the Phantom's singular focus. The Phantom is unapologetically built for those who prefer to ride in the back. It's not about performance on twisty roads or 0 to 60 bragging rights. It's about gliding across continents without ever feeling a ripple from the road. Then there's the Audi A8 Horch and the BMW 7 Series, especially the new i7 with its cutting-edge electric propulsion and tech-centric interior. These models reflect the modern evolution of luxury, sustainable, digital, and minimalist. But while they deliver admirable refinement and state-of-the-art infotainment, they lack the soul-stirring presence and timeless appeal of the Phantom. They may offer gesture controls and autonomous driving features, but when you sit in the Phantom, you're not looking for gimmicks. You're seeking sanctuary, a place where time slows down, noise disappears, and every journey feels like a private celebration of success. That's something even the most advanced EV can't replicate, at least not yet. Understanding who the Phantom is built for helps explain why it holds such a distinct place in the market. The Phantom is not for the ambitious, it's for the accomplished. It's for the leaders who don't need validation, who have already made their mark. While other luxury cars are often bought as milestones of arrival, the Phantom is a symbol of legacy. Its ideal owner is someone who values tradition as much as innovation, someone who prefers timeless craftsmanship over fleeting trends. Whether it's a head of state, a global business magnate, or a quiet collector of the finer things in life, the Phantom speaks to those who live above the noise, figuratively and literally. In many ways, the Phantom defies conventional luxury metrics. It's not trying to be sporty, fast, or flashy. Its mission is clarity, to offer the most serene, comfortable, and individualized automotive experience in the world. That's what makes it niche. Not because it appeals to a small audience, but because it does so with an unapologetic focus. Other luxury cars try to be everything to everyone, luxurious and sporty, technological and traditional, efficient and powerful. The Phantom doesn't. It exists for one purpose: to be the ultimate expression of land-based opulence. It doesn't compromise, and that's what sets it apart. The benefits of the Phantom's laser-focused design are seen everywhere. Its ride quality is otherworldly, thanks to its self-leveling air suspension, satellite-aided transmission, and 563 horsepower V12 engine that whispers rather than roars. Inside, the quietness is so profound it becomes part of the luxury experience. You don't just travel in a Phantom, you transcend. The absence of road noise, the perfection of the cabin's climate, the touch of hand-polished wood and bespoke embroidery, it all contributes to a space that feels less like a car and more like a moving lounge designed for royalty. And in a world where stress and speed are constant companions, that kind of serenity is priceless. Moreover, the Phantom offers a canvas for self-expression unlike anything else on the road. Bespoke is not a buzzword here, it's a philosophy. Customers can commission one-of-a-kind paint finishes, intricate interior motifs, personalized art installations within the dashboard gallery, or even have their family crest stitched into the headrests. Want a starlight headliner arranged in the shape of your favorite constellation? Done. Want a champagne fridge precisely engineered to hold your favorite vintage? It's yours. No request is too eccentric, no dream too ambitious. That's not something the competition offers, not at this level, not with this level of elegance. Even the way Rolls Royce interacts with its customers is different. You're not visiting a dealership, you're being welcomed into an experience. From the commissioning process to the delivery, the focus is entirely on personalization and discretion. This concierge-level service is built into the brand's DNA and further solidifies the Phantom's position as not just a car, but a lifestyle. In the grand scheme of luxury, the Phantom occupies a throne rather than a seat at the table. The competition can offer alternatives, beautiful ones, even impressive ones, but none can replicate the feeling of being inside a Phantom. It is not simply the best luxury sedan, it is the luxury sedan. A symbol of achievement, timelessness, and taste. While others offer glimpses of what luxury could be, the Phantom offers the full vision, fully realized. So when you compare it to the Bentley Flying Spur, the Maybach S-Class, or the cutting-edge i7, you're not just comparing horsepower, features, or leather quality. You're comparing philosophies. The Phantom doesn't compete in the same race. It rides above it, carving a path that only a few will ever follow. And for those who choose to walk that path, there is simply nothing else like it. In the end, the 2025 Rolls Royce Phantom is not just a car, it's a statement, a legacy on wheels, and a symbol of what happens when craftsmanship, tradition, and luxury are taken to the absolute extreme. Throughout this journey, we've peeled back the layers of what makes the Phantom the pinnacle of automotive opulence. Its hand-built perfection, whisper-quiet V12 engine, space-age smoothness, and a cabin that feels more like a private suite in a five-star hotel than the interior of a vehicle. Every element, from the bespoke gallery dashboard to the starlight headliner, reflects a commitment to detail and artistry that few manufacturers even attempt. The Phantom doesn't just offer a premium experience, it defines it. But even icons have their challenges. The Phantom's eye-watering price tag pushes it far beyond what most would consider reasonable, even in the luxury realm. It's not the most technologically advanced vehicle compared to some cutting-edge electric rivals, and it certainly isn't designed for spirited driving or tight urban maneuvering. Its size, cost, and singular focus on comfort may alienate buyers who prioritize performance, versatility, or a modern, tech-centric driving experience. And yet, that's part of its charm. The Phantom isn't trying to be everything to everyone. It knows exactly who it's for and delivers with unmatched precision. So, is it worth it? That depends entirely on how you define value. If you measure it by horsepower per dollar or the number of driver assistance features, the Phantom might feel like overkill. But if you measure value in timeless design, engineering excellence, and the intangible prestige of ownership, then the Phantom is in a class of its own. It's not just about transportation, it's about arrival. It's about turning the act of travel into an event. For those who can afford it, the Phantom isn't just a vehicle, it's a reward, a sanctuary, and a canvas of personal expression. It's a lifestyle choice for those who already have everything and are now looking for the extraordinary. For most of us, the Phantom will remain a dream, a work of art admired from afar. But for the select few who step inside and close that coach door with the silent authority only a Rolls Royce can provide, it becomes something much more than a car. It becomes a daily reminder of success, of status, and of elegance perfected. So, is the 2025 Rolls Royce Phantom luxury or overkill? The truth is, it's both, and proudly so. And maybe that's exactly the point. If luxury is about pushing boundaries, redefining expectations, and elevating the everyday into the exceptional, then the Phantom is doing exactly what it was born to do. It's not trying to justify its price tag, it's redefining what price even means when you're playing in the realm of true excellence.